Okay, did you guys turn that up? It's too loud.
This?
Yeah.
Can we keep that down? Let's just start playing it down and not that slow. This slow. Whoa. You can't turn it whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey guys,
Hey, Miss Kazuki.
how are you?
Tired.
I'm Miss Kazicki.
Hi.
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 Hey.
How are you, Calvin?
Good.
Colin.
That's good.
Let me tell you, it was a late night for me last night.
Oh, yeah, because you had your birthday. How was your birthday, Tanner?
It was good.
That's good.
Happy birthday, Tanner.
Thank you. It was yesterday. Actually.
Yeah, she missed it. She just missed it. Your birthday.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's Toad's birthday.
Yeah, yesterday was my birthday.
Yesterday was Tanner's birthday, Calvin. Yes.
Hi.
Hey, Miss Rose.
I want to connect. Honey.
Calvin!
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I heard it.
Look, it's Miss Rose.
Hi, Miss Rose.
Hi.
Hey, Miss Rose.
Hi!
Miss Rose.
Hi, Miss Rose.
Hi, Calvin!
Hi, Miss Rose.
Hi.
Rose.
Hi, Natalia, Anna, Katie, Garrett, Diego.
Hi, Miss Sheffrin.
Hey, Miss
Hey.
Sheffrin.
Miss Catherine.
It's one day.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joseph, I can barely see you.
Well, you know
Oh,
what?
Miss
We're
Coach.
gonna meet with them every day, so don't you worry. Okay, you gotta go eat. Finish lunch so you can go upstairs, please. What do you need to tell me, buddy? How's everyone doing today?
Tired.
Okay.
Any yogurt? The yogurt stick?
Sir
Hello,
John.
Grandma.
That's you, Mr. Jones.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Just throw that away in the back, please. Hi. Hello.
Hey, Natalia.
Oh, hey, Natalia.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
Hannah.
Donovan.
Donovan, you're here. You
Hey,
joined us.
Donovan.
Hey, Donovan.
Hey, Hannah.
Yes, Natalia.
I have one question. I can't get Sammy to I can't get Sammy to call me.
I can't make any promises.
What button do I have to push?
I don't know. I forgot.
I want Sammy to hear me.
Well, he's not on here.
Why not?
'Cause he has his other classes.
No, he wants to see me.
Let's see here. All right. we'll wait a couple more minutes and then we'll get started.
Sai's coming on. Her mother just texted me.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay, someone-
Jacqueline.
Yes.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Well,
Hey,
hello
Ariana.
there, Natalia.
Hi, Anna. And Diego and Casey and Tanner and Yusuf and Katie and Garrett. Oh my.
Miss Shaffer.
We're all here.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tanner.
It's super great.
Guess who texted me on my birthday?
Say it again.
Guess who texted me on my birthday?
Who did?
Cornell and Ari.
Isn't that nice? Ari, very nice of you.
She
I bet you
texted
were
me.
happy about Cornell.
Yeah, she wished me a happy birthday on Facebook, and then Cornell texted me on Twitter wishing me a happy birthday.
I
Aww.
know what Sammy is.
Did you get your
And then
food
my-
yet?
Yeah, I had my birthday food. Yes,
And where about the cake? Did you take a picture?
yes, my mom got a picture.
All right, well, send it to us. Send it so we
Yeah,
can
send
post
it
it
to
to
us, too.
everyone.
I will. Oh, here, hang on.
No, not now, not now. Miss Kozicki's gonna be doing reading.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
stay tuned. We'll see the cake.
All right.
All right, let me see if I can get a hold of Sai.
Okay. Shoot.
Tell me how to get on to Sammy.
I don't know.
Hannah.
We see you.
He wants Sammy. Natalia wants Sammy on here, but he has his other class, he told me.
Hey, Roman Hunter.
Hey, Roman.
Where is it? Oh, hi, Roman.
Front, please.
Grandpa. Grandpa, we have a problem. It says,
Okay.
for, next minute. The song missing. No, it's not. No, I want Jonathan.
You want to go over there?
No, I wanted to see me here. Why is it not
Donovan seems
on
like he's asleep.
in 3 minutes?
Come on.
No, I want to fix it.
Come on.
Fix it now. Fix it now.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for everyone.
Sit up here.
Fix it.
Sit up here.
Fix it, Jonathan.
Come on. Sit
I
here.
want to try.
Okay, so we are gonna get started. I'll keep an eye out for everyone, for anyone else that joins in. So welcome everyone. I have muted everybody. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself so I can have a talk with my child real quick. Okay, so welcome to reading today. We had a slight change in our schedule, but we're all flexible, so we're gonna make it work. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna share my screen. It's the first thing I'm gonna do. Okay, sorry, had to yell at my kids again. Okay. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see what I'm doing. All right. All right, first things first. Sorry. Oh wait, admit. Okay. View presents. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if everyone can see my screen. Yeah. Right on. Okay. So, you should have noticed on Google Classroom today that I posted this word of the day. This I stole from Mr. Jones yesterday. He mentioned that the word of the day was estimate. So I went ahead and created this for you guys so you can take a look. I know, Katie, you were confused, so hopefully I can clear this up. What I asked you guys to do is to take this word and just write a sentence using it. So on here, I put the definition. I wrote a sentence for you. Don't steal it, though. Write your own. And then I put down some examples and non-examples of what that word is. Like an example of estimate is to make a guess, right? A non-example would be the exact amount. Like you added it up and you had the correct amount. So I'm going to be taking word of the day for stealing it from everyone's Zoom meetings, and I'll be posting on here for everybody on Google Classroom. So it will just be added to this, so just make sure that you take a look. I'll give some reminders. Let's see here. Okay, so I know that some of you have been, let me make sure, hold on one second. All right, I'm gonna stop share for a minute. I just need to make sure no one else needs to get into this Zoom lesson. Oh, I feel like I've lost all of everybody's pictures. Oh, here they come. All right. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna unmute everybody for a second. Okay, everyone's unmuted. Can you give me a thumbs up if you finished reading chapters 1 through 4 of The Secrets of Old Mexico? Anybody? Any takers? Miss Rose.
Yeah. Oi! Oi!
Oh,
Sorry.
all right.
I'm not even part of that book.
Oi down there!
Class for today.
Oof.
Okay.
Oof.
Going back in. All right, so I went ahead and let's go through what I made for you guys. I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay, so here's what we have. We have The Secrets of Old Mexico is the book that we're reading, okay? And so I know that if you're from Ms. Shaffron's class, we talked about this last week, that you weren't necessarily reading this book, but I did go ahead and post the book. You can download it and you can read well, don't read the whole thing, you'll ruin the story for us, but you can read it. And it is on Google Classroom, and there's many different levels on there, so you can go on and find your specific level. So we have, so I went through, I figured most of you haven't done it, so we're gonna do like a quick review of the characters, and then we're going to listen to chapter 5. We're gonna go through the other chapters as well. So, oh, hold on, I got people trying to get in. I don't actually know who that is, but hopefully that's someone we know. All right, so we have our characters. We had Jeff Ford and Ken Rice. Okay, they were best friends who were hired to work with Dr. Gomez. Dr. Gomez, he teaches history at City College. He wanted to study the Mayans, so he hired Jeff, Ken, and Hector to help him dig. Oh, there we go. All right, so then we also had Hector Perez. Okay. How's this pointer work? Ah, look at that. Oh, admit. Hector Perez, he owned an art gallery in New York City that was sold. He sold old things from Mexico. Okay. So he was also hired to help out Then we had new ones, Chris Ford and Mandy Ming, and they were two girls, even though Chris sometimes we think of as a boy name, but this Chris is a girl. And so they are getting ready to head to Mexico to help. And then Mr. Morris is the man who is buying the bull. So here. So I created this summary for you guys, for those of you that are just joining in. And I know I'm kind of going fast, so hopefully everyone's listening. So chapter 1, we had the government of Mexico had asked Dr. Gomez to explore the old temple. Dr. Gomez hired Jeff, Ken, and Hector to help look for artifacts. They found a bull, and it was over 1,000 years old, and it had pictures on it. Okay, so that was the main idea from chapter 1. Chapter 2, the bull is a chacmul, and that's an old Mayan word that means messenger of God. The men talked about the old Mayan ways and beliefs, and there wasn't a whole lot in chapter 2. I left it simple for you guys. Chapter 3, we had Hector called Mr. Morris to tell him about the chacmul. He said it was made out of pure gold. Hector is selling the chacmul to Mr. Morris behind everyone's back. And Mr. Morris is going to send Hector $150,000 so that he doesn't sell it to anybody else. What is going on up there? And then chapter 4, you have Chris and Mandy are going to come to Mexico to help with the search. Okay, the girls went to Hector's gallery with Chris, and a man named Lewis handed them an envelope and told them to take it to Hector. Okay, so hold on. All right, I am going to stop my share for just a minute. Okay. All right, so my question is what do you think is going to happen in the next chapter? Can anybody tell me what you think might happen next? So that, who wants to tell me?
Let me think.
The internet's slow.
Your internet's slow? Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, Tanner, I can't hear you when you talk with your earbuds in.
Bill, you need to turn the tablet down. Yeah, because they can't hear me with the earbud. All right, hang on. Y'all hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. If
Tanner,
y'all
what do you?
hear music in the background, that's my brother's tablet.
That's all right. If you hear people screaming, it's likely my kids, so we're good. So what do you think's gonna happen?
I think,
I felt my rest.
I think they're gonna probably go to jail. The people that are doing it behind the person's back.
You think they're probably gonna go to jail? Yeah, that's possible for sure. Because he's going behind their back, right? To try and sell it.
Yeah.
Hi, Oki!
Oki!
Is that you? Oh, Kachanu, I've missed you.
We miss you, Oki.
All right.
Your buddy's here.
Okay. Oh, and Sai's here too. We had some people join in while I was long-windedly talking. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to play the chapter 5 from Secrets of Old Mexico. So let's see how that goes. I'm gonna mute everyone. All right, and then let's share this screen. Oh. And
Chapter 5, The Money. After they left the art gallery.
okay, question. Can you give me a thumbs up if you could hear that reading? Yay! Okay, all right. So chapter 5 is called The Money, so let's take a listen.
Nick and the girls went to the Bank of New York. Mandy and Chris each took some money out of their savings accounts. The bank teller handed each girl an envelope with $150 inside. Nick spoke to the girls. Now we need to change some of your American money into Mexican money. In the United States, we use dollars to buy things, but in Mexico, they use money called pesos. Nick explained. We will go to another bank called the Exchange Bank. The people at that bank will sell you pesos. The girls and Nick walked to the Exchange Bank. Chris handed her envelope of money to the teller. My friend and I are going to Mexico, said Chris. We want to buy some pesos. Here is $150. The teller spoke to Chris in Spanish. No problema, señorita, he said. The teller opened the envelope. Then he looked at Chris, Mandy, and Nick. The teller spoke in English. There must be a mistake, he said. The man held up a paper. This is not $150. This is a check for $150,000. Nick and Mandy and Chris looked at the paper that the man was holding. It was a bank check for $150,000. The check was made out to Hector Perez. That's not mine, said Chris. I gave you the wrong envelope. Nick spoke. Maybe Hector is buying more art for his gallery, he said. The bank teller handed the check back to Mandy. You'd better keep this in a safe place, he said. Back in Mexico, Dr. Gomez, Hector, and the boys were studying a map of the country. Hector was pointing to a blue dot on the map. That is where we must go, said Hector. That blue dot on the map is Lake Pátzcuaro. There is an old temple near there called Tzintzuntzin, said Hector. Cool name, said Jeff. The word Tzintzuntzin means hummingbird, said Dr. Gomez. That little bird gets really big names, said Ken. Hector spoke again. The pictures on the bowl say that a special chokmal was carried to the temple at Tzintzuntzin. It looks like it's a long way from here, said Jeff. Yes, said Hector. It's more than 1,000 miles. That was some hike, said Ken. I don't even want to drive that far in the Jeep. Here's the plan, said Hector. I know that Chris and Mandy are coming to help us, but we'll need more help than that to find the chokmal. So I will fly to Pátzcuaro today and hire some Indians to help us look for the chokmal. You stay here and pack up our tools and equipment. It will take you 3 days to drive to Pátzcuaro. Dr. Gomez spoke. I am glad that you are here, Hector, because you always know just what to do.
Okay. So, Super crazy. So raise your hand if you think that Hector told Dr. Gomez that he would take it first because he's trying to be sneaky. I know I do.
I
Anybody
agree
else?
with you, Miss Kozuki.
You agree?
I do.
You do too?
I do, Miss
Yeah.
K.
Yeah, so I mean, he said, oh, I'll take it. You guys can go by Jeep. It will take you 3 days and I'll go ahead of you. So I think Hector is planning on stealing this chalk mule, is my thought. Anyone disagree?
Yeah.
I'm going with that one.
Di, what do you think?
He was being sneaky because he was probably taking money.
He was probably what?
You said he was probably taking money.
Oh, probably taking money. Yeah. Yeah, you know, because he had called him and told him that he would sell it to Mr. Morris. And so we saw that check. How much was that check for?
$150,000.
$150,000.
At first it was supposed to be yeah, 150, but there was 150,000 on there.
Yeah.
Pretty soon he's going to be arrested for his actor. We'll be arrested very soon at the end of the story.
Oh, well, don't ruin it for us.
Don't ruin it for us, Diego.
Diego.
No. I mean, I just asked you a question, guys. I didn't even read the whole story. I didn't even do that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Wow.
Diego.
No, that's perfect. Okay. All right. So I don't want to mute everybody. I want to see everybody. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. But I didn't mute everybody. I X out of here.
Chapter
oh no!
5.
Hold on.
The money.
No, hold on. We're not
After
listening
they-
to it. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Back to chapter 5 here. Hey, Donovan. Okay. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. I'm not going to mute everyone, but hopefully everyone will.
Please come to Super my friend, because it's over.
So, okay, so we have chapter 5. It says we have blank found a check for $150,000 in an envelope and blank. So the first part we're talking is who. So think about, I put 3 options here. We have the girls, the teller, and we have Nick. Okay, hold on.
No.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna edit this for a minute. Okay. So. All right, hold on. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. So. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can see everyone.
Can I chat?
No, that you're not chat. You're just
No,
listening.
we can't chat right now, Ari.
But I can't talk.
You can just.
Okay. I can see like half. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. So take a look at this. So we have who. Can you still see my screen? Yeah. Hopefully.
Yes.
So who? What I want you to do is I just want you to hold up a 1, a 2, or a 3. Hold on. Here's what I need to do.
Talking to our classmates. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I want you to hold up a 1, a 2, or a 3. So who found a check for $150,000? Was it the girls? Was it the teller? Or was it Nick? So hold up your 1, 2, or 3. And this could be tricky. What do you think?
Okay, so
So what do you think?
So who found the check in an envelope? Not who was it given to, but who found the check when they opened the envelope? Was it number 1, the girls, number 2, the teller, or number 3, Nick?
Me, Yusuf, and Katie, I'll say number 1.
I know, I can't figure out how to do this to make this bigger. I apologize.
The girls.
Yes, the girls.
I just want you to hold up 1, 2, or 3.
Yes, the girl.
I don't want you to encourage others to pick an answer. Hold on, I'm trying to go through. 1 second.
I'm talking like this.
Okay.
No.
Let's see here. So it looks like it's
Sit
okay.
up.
So
Sit up.
Tanner,
Sit
Tanner,
back.
who opened the envelope?
The
The teller opened the envelope. The girls had the envelope in their hand, and she handed it to the teller, and the teller is the one who opened up the check, and it was a check for $150,000. Who was the check written out to?
it was written out to
Hector.
Hector, yeah. It was written out to Hector. So after the teller found the check for $150,000, what did he do? Did he keep the money? Did he give the money back to Mandy, or did he run?
Run.
back to the money back to Mandy.
Yeah, Katie, would you agree that he gave the money back to Mandy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see that Sai agreed too. I didn't see everybody else's, but yeah, so we had, so it was the teller who found a check for $150,000 in an envelope, and he handed it back to Mandy because Mandy thought it was her check. What did she think? Well, not a check. She thought it was her money. How much money did Mandy have? Not $150,000. How much did she have?
150.
150.
150. Yeah. Both girls took
what I
out 150. They were exchanging their US dollars for what?
Mexican money.
What is Mexican money called?
Pesos.
I know.
Pesos.
Pesos. Good.
Pesos.
Yeah.
Was that the Mexican money called?
Lots of pesos.
Okay.
Pesos.
All right. So
Look at that.
raise your hand if you want to tell me something you think is going to happen next in the story. Where are we going to go from here? Casey.
Well.
Hey, Case.
Hi, Mr. Senior.
Hi, Ari.
Hey.
All right, Casey, I just unmuted you because I had to mute everyone else. So Casey, tell me, what do you think is possibly going to happen next?
I think Nick is going to pay something.
You think what?
I think Nick is gonna buy something.
You think Nick is going to? Let's think of Hector. What do you think Hector is going to do, Casey?
Hector.
Remember, so far, Hector's the bad guy. He's trying to sell the bull. What do you think Hector's going to do?
Hector's gonna steal the bowl.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he might. Okay, I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to go over to Tanner. Tanner, what do you think is going to happen next?
I think the same thing Casey's gonna say. That Casey said.
You think he's gonna sell it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Maybe that might happen. All right, I'm coming over to Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Good. So, Yusuf, what do you think? What do you think might happen? Do you want to know what the next chapter is called?
Yeah.
The next chapter is called no, wait, hold on. A New Heart. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's very helpful, the title of the next chapter. What can you possibly think might happen? A new heart.
I think somebody will turn into a new guy.
You think he might turn into a nice guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. So a new heart. So he's not actually going to get a heart. Somebody's going to fall in love. Tanner. So yeah, he might have a new heart, which means that he might have a change of heart, possibly where he might actually change his mind and maybe not sell the bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Make sure that you go on Google Classroom and make sure that you go on to Google Classroom. I'm going to, the word of the day is already posted on Google Classroom, but also make sure that you check out what I just showed you, which was the PowerPoint for Secret of Old Mexico. So you can check that out and read the summaries for chapters 1 through 4 on there. And then make sure that you try and find time to read chapter 5, which is also posted on Google Classroom in the book. So you can either print it out if your parents can print it out, and if not, you can just read it online. I know it's not as easy, but all of your books, your full books, are all at school. So I know that nobody has chapter 5 and beyond unless you're from Jones's Kids. So just, take a look and read it on there. And even if you're not in my reading class, like Garrett and Tanner, please, join in, because this is what we're going to be talking about from here on out. So I would love for you guys to start reading it with us. So make sure that you read chapter 5, and then I will post on there at some point this week for you to go ahead and take a look and read chapter 6. Okay, so make sure that you're looking on Google Classroom for updates and assignments. Don't forget to go and write your sentence for your word of the day, which was from yesterday's math assignment for Mr. Jones, which was estimate. So make sure you go and do that. Does any of the other teachers have anything that they want to add or need to tell the kids anything? You can unmute yourself whenever you do.
Okay, so what do we want to do with my kids who are deeply involved in their book? Which is
They can read 2 books. I'm
You
a
guys
firm
okay with
believer in reading.
They have copy of it. So Garrett and Cy and all you guys that have me, you'll be able to read, because you have a lot of time here, the chapter book that I gave you, but I want you, I guess from now on, go into, now, everyone has access to all the chapters and levels you put in, correct?
Yeah, as long as they're in our Google Classroom.
Right.
And
So,
yep, it's all in there.
all right. So I will talk to you guys later that are in my reading class. Maybe I'll go over a little bit of stuff with you at another Zoom meeting. But what you should do now is between now and next, you're going to do Tuesday or Wednesday next week?
I think I'm on Tuesdays now. So I'll be doing Tuesdays. So
Okay.
Mr. Jones Monday, me Tuesday, Zinky and Samuels on Wednesday, and then you on Thursdays.
Okay, so you guys have a lot of time because this class is gonna go, when do you want them to have the chapter 5?
I'll post everything on Google Classroom.
All right, so
And
everybody
I'll send an
knows-
email out to all parents as well. So that way they, in case they're not going on, they'll also have access to it.
Okay, so does anybody have any other questions about that? Everybody all set with what you guys need to do from reading from Ms. Kozicki? Mr. Jones, do you know what you have to do? Look at him.
Exactly. All right. So anyway, somebody mute that Shaffron girl up.
I'm quiet.
All right. Hey, Oki. Hi, Bubba. Hi. Hi, Donovan. Hi, Ben. Hey, everybody. Hi, Sai. Sai, I got your videos. Awesome, girl.
What up, me?
Yeah, I see you too, Natalia. Hi, Natalia.
Hi.
No, Natalia.
What about me, Coach?
Who's me?
That was Garrett.
It's Garrett Carr.
No, I'm gonna miss you saying that, Mr. Jones.
Hey,
I'm
man, you
so-
call me anytime. You call me anytime you can hear it, man.
Everyone say
Thank
hi,
you.
say hi
There's
to
my-
Mr. T. He just joined us too.
Hey, Mr. Z.
I'm scrolling through. I see my Anna Banana. This is my Katie girl. Yusuf.
Hey.
What's up, Yusuf? Hi, Diego.
Hey there, Mr. Jones. I really
Hey.
miss you very much.
Oh, there's my. I see my Okie waving to me. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba. Oh, and there's even a Scooby waving to me.
Scooby.
Oh, shaved.
Somebody say.
Donnie.
Say hi.
Hi, Donnie.
Hi, Oki.
Hi.
Hi, Oki.
I
Hi.
miss you.
Hey, Bubba. 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 Mwah. Where's my kiss? Mwah. Blow me a kiss. Oh, thank you.
That was Harper.
Harper's sleeping right now, so I gotta kind of be quiet.
Oh,
Man,
okay. Hold
man.
on. I forgot to tell everyone something. I'm gonna mute everyone for just a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I posted an assignment on Google Classroom, which I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you. It is a quiz, so to speak, on chapter 5, which we just read. You can go on and you should be able on your computer to circle your answers and then submit it to me. There shouldn't be any issues. Hopefully it works. I've tested it out. You just open it with Cami and you just click on it. It will open and you'll be able to annotate right on it, which means you'll be able to write on the document and submit it. So make sure you get onto Google Classroom and get that submitted. It's due by Friday. Okay, does everyone understand? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna unmute. Okay, I'm gonna unmute all of you now. Okay, so make sure you go on there and get that done.
All right.
All right, any other questions?
Yeah, I have
Oh, hey,
one.
what's your question?
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, maybe I can do that by today. I can do that by today. It's still Friday. But if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
something like the other one say on April 16th. This is April 16th. Are we gonna do that next week? Let's pretty sure. Maybe I can post that one at home next week. And I'll do the one that says do Friday. I'll do that one. I'm just going to figure it out. Just going to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, so hopefully it's easy for everyone. If you have problems, just send me a message on Google Classroom, and then we'll figure it all out together. But hopefully it works. And you know, it's kind of, we're all learning. So just, doesn't work, I'll figure it out.
Amy, do you understand what the word of the day assignment is? Katie?
All right, so let's say goodbye, and we'll see everybody tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So be here. If you don't see a friend that's on and you have their number, send them a message and remind them to join on our Zoom, okay?
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Wait.
Bye, Opie. Bye, David. Ari.
Bye, Steph.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Yay.
Bye.
Bye, Natalia. Bye, Sai.
Bye.
So go ahead and hit the leave meeting button. Or, oh wait, mine says end, but hit the leave meeting button in the right corner. Bye.
Bye, Sai. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Bye.
Catherine.
Yeah.
Bye, Ari.
Bye.
Ari, bye, Tedesco. Bye, Anna. Bye, Oki.
Magnifica. Когда видишь, когда махаешь. Видишь, make it.
All right, Nikki. All right.
Hi, Scooby.
Wait a minute.